Welcome online guys, TomoGotchi here and welcome to the introductory video on the Pokemon Bling Ball Challenge. This is something I came up with and wanted to implement for a long time and thought it would be a great idea if I explain it in full detail in one short video. Not just to explain the rules I'll be using, but to also be used on its own if you or a friend want to adopt these rules for your own playthrough of Pokemon. So before I go into detail on what the rules for the Bling Ball Challenge are, I need to explain the main focus of it. The Premier Ball. As of Generation 3, when it was introduced, the Premier Ball can be obtained in pretty much the same way in every main series title. Go to any Pokeshop and buy at least 10 Pokeballs. The shopkeeper will then give you one Premier Ball with your purchase. The Premier Ball itself is exactly the same as a regular Pokeball, aside from its design. It has the same capture rate and doesn't gain any bonuses when used in certain ways, so really, it's just a different looking Pokeball. The concept of the Bling Ball Challenge is simple. Go through an entire Pokemon game using only Premier Balls to capture Pokemon. Remember, you can only get them for free when purchasing 10 or more Pokeballs, meaning that you are spending at least 2,000 Pokédollars for each Premier Ball, which technically makes it the most expensive Pokeball that you can buy in the shop. The idea of the Bling Ball Challenge is to add an extra difficulty to the game. Since you are only allowed to use Premier Balls to capture Pokemon, you are forced to pay more for each Pokeball, making them more valuable and also forcing players to think more carefully about using them since the player probably won't have a lot to use. And since you are limited to using Premier Balls, it also makes catching certain Pokemon a lot harder, such as Legendaries, since you are not allowed to use Ultra Balls or Dusk Balls to make things easier. So now that you know the concept of the Bling Ball Challenge, let's go over the rules. Rule number 1, you can only use Premier Balls to capture Pokemon and nothing else. This does not include gift Pokemon like your starter, and there is a slight exception for things like the Safari Zone where you have no choice, but everywhere else it has to be Premier Balls. Rule number 2, you cannot sell the Pokeballs that you bought. You can, however, sell the Pokeballs that you purchased only at the start of the game to allow you to gain a fair amount of Premier Balls to start you off. But after your third Premier Ball, you are forbidden from selling any of the Pokeballs that you purchased in order to obtain the Premier Balls. Any Pokeballs that you buy have to be tossed after you buy them. This does not count for any Pokeballs that you find in the game or are given to for free, in which case you can sell them off for more money, but you cannot use them. I did fiddle with a rule that lets you sell off your Pokeballs once every gym battle or totem Pokemon, but I decided not to add this to the main rule set. But this is an optional rule that you can try yourself if you want. Rule number 3, no exploits or alternatives. This rule is specific to certain games and does not allow you to obtain Premier Balls in any other fashion. In Pokemon X and Y, there is a Pokeball boutique where you can buy Premier Balls for 200 Pokédollars each. When attempting the Bling Ball Challenge, this is forbidden. Also, in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you can get a discount on Pokeballs, leading to the infamous Infinite Premier Balls exploit. This is also forbidden even if you intend on tossing them out later. You must obtain them at the full price. Those are the main rules and can also work in conjunction with other rules such as Nuzlocke. I myself will be playing Pokemon Emerald with these rules and add the standard Nuzlocke rules from Pokemon Crystal. This is my first Pokemon playthrough with these rules, so I'm sure there will be things I didn't think about that will need tweaking further down the line, but this is just an introduction to the concept. If you attempt the Bling Ball Challenge yourself with any other Pokemon game, let me know in the comments down below and tell me how it worked out. I would love to hear how this works in further generations of Pokemon. I've always wanted to try this concept, so I do hope you enjoy my Let's Play of Pokemon Emerald. Episode 1 is getting released today, so be sure to click on that link to begin. Or if you want to watch me attempt another Nuzlocke, you can click here for my previous Let's Play of Pokemon Crystal. Thank you very much for watching. If this rule set interests you in any way, feel free to try it out, let me know how it went. I hope you'll enjoy this series, and as always, this is TomoGotchi signing out. Click click!